welcome back to the Art of Football 365. This is episode 55. And today we got another 815 guy on here, James Cooper. Very excited for this one. He had an illustrious career with the Harlem Huskies in high school, and now he's continuing his college ball career. But before we dive into his story, Gronk spike the subscribe button for us. Leave a like. Give us a comment. We love the feedback. Like we always say, we appreciate you guys for tuning in to our episodes. And check out our three sponsors, Driftless Quality Wear, 312 Beef and Sausage, and Bacher Auto Group. And as you can also see, Gannon is back this week. I'm excited to have him back, and we're excited for this one. So, Gannon, take it away.
Yes, sir. Well, appreciate you being on this podcast, James. Nick 10 legend, Harlem legend, all the above. But kind of take us off the field. Who's James Cooper? Kind of when you're not working out, not at practice, not at school, who is he kind of personality-wise that some people might not know?
I would say I'm a very goofy person. A lot of people might not know that because I'm very quiet to people that I don't know. I like to hang out with my friends. I don't know. I just do a lot of things that include like a certain friend group or like.
So you have a smaller circle.
Yeah,
smaller circle
I don't associate with a lot of people, but like obviously a lot of people know me and stuff like that.
Yeah, no, for sure. I know a lot of people that have smaller circles, and that's good. I mean, if you have people that you trust, they trust you. It's okay to have 2 to 3 people. I mean,
like don't get me wrong, I appreciate everybody that's like there for me, and like I appreciate everything that they do, but I just have like the certain same people that have always been there for me.
I don't blame you, man. Trust is hard to find nowadays. It takes a lot to have trust go both ways. I mean, Gannon and I both know that as well. But let's gear this towards a little bit more football now. When did you begin playing the sport football, and kind of describe the beginning stages of your career?
When I was 5 years old, my parents signed me up to play flag football in the Rockford Park District, and I played for the Packers, I believe. And I started off as a center. And then because I was a big kid. Like I was a big kid. So I started off as center. I was doing it, enjoying it, playing football, whatever. And then the quarterback got hurt. So they saw me throw football. They were like, we're going to throw you in. It's the playoff game. I was like, whatever. Threw like 4 interceptions, probably like the worst experience I ever had. Probably never wanted to do it again. And then my dad told me, and my parents told me, I guess, just to try it again next year. And I just kept doing it ever since then, I guess.
For sure.
But yeah, starting off as a center, a lot of people probably wouldn't see that. But,
yeah, that is interesting. I would have never guessed.
I was a very large child.
Sure. There you go. Grew into your body. But kind of being a Freeport grad, I kind of just want to know from the outside looking in, kind of describe Harlem Huskie football, kind of atmosphere that you experienced for your 4 years there. Kind of having some time now after graduating and reflecting on your 4 years. Kind of give people what Harlem Huskie football is all about.
It was just a bunch of guys that really loved each other, and they were there for each other no matter what. They did everything for each other. They loved to win. That's all. We wanted to have fun, win. Set good examples for the kids below us, watching us every night. It was just a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun.
Oh, I believe it. I mean, you definitely have fun when you're successful. I mean, compared to when you're with a team that's not playing too hot, there's definitely some spots that you don't like to remember. But growing up, obviously you started off as a center, just having fun with it. And but who were your role models growing up? Did you look up to any coaches, teammates, players within the NFL, college football players that you kind of not necessarily tried to shape your game around, but kind of idolized and maybe watch some film on them on YouTube or something? Like, who are those people?
Well, starting off as a center, my dad played football, and he was a center when he played football. So that was kind of why I did that at the beginning. Once I switched to quarterback, I kind of fell in love with Peyton Manning. and I that's why I wear 18. He's just like everything about Peyton Manning is that's what I want to be like. Until now, yeah, that you have like Patrick Mahomes now, like more of him now. Who else is there? I mean, there's obviously more, but mostly those two. But like a lot of big of Peyton Manning.
For sure. With Peyton Manning, what would you like? Looking at his game from the past, what would you say that was your favorite part about Peyton Manning's game that you look towards?
He was a genius.
Football IQ
like
through the roof.
Yeah, his football IQ was insane. Like he knew what he was like. Wow, he knew what he was doing all the time, no matter what. Even sometimes a coach would call a play, he would be like, "No, it's not gonna work." He would change it. Ends up being a touchdown. Stuff like that.
Is that something that you kind of do?
Oh, I wouldn't say I do it. Like I wouldn't say I just change it, but I would look at coach and I would be like, "Let's think about it, maybe," and then but yeah.
So you kind of see yourself as like a field general, like when you're out there playing the position quarterback. Obviously, you got to watch a lot of film to be good at the position. You kind of see yourself as a person who is very good at scanning the field, and if so, how do you think you got to that point? What do you look for when you're watching a team's tape? What are you looking at depicting, and how do you go about attacking the defense?
Really, I just look. I'll just try to find out what coverage they're in, like based off our formation. Like in high school, like I know our formations like the back of my hand. Mm-hmm. So like I would know if we line up in this formation, I would know like the probability of them lining up in this coverage because of what they've shown on film against other teams or what they did against us in the past. I would look for their weaknesses. Like let's say they have a good corner on one side, not so good corner on the other side. I'm gonna go to that side more often. See how they try to disguise defenses because they try to do that a lot in high school to try to throw me off.
Which didn't work.
A lot of things.
It didn't work. It didn't work.
Oh yeah, no, the only thing I would say that ever worked against me in high school was whenever teams would like blitz me like crazy. Like when they would send the house, and there's just nothing you can do. But it wouldn't work the whole game. We would figure it out eventually.
We'd figure it out. He'd pick it up and get going.
Well, that's an interesting point right there, and with you talking about the depicting the defenses, and obviously that clicked at a very early age for you because you started as a freshman, correct, on the varsity?
Yeah, we rotated, but yeah.
Yeah, and then by your sophomore year, I remember, which was my senior year, it was a game at Freeport, and I forgot you threw for over, I think, 400 yards, and it was just
that was one of my favorite high school games.
Oh my gosh, dude, that game! I was just sitting there like, this guy's only a sophomore. I was like, he's gonna be crazy. It was just throwing. It was. I can just see it in my head from the student section. It was not fun to be a pretzel.
You were in the student section that game?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I think I remember what was going on.
You guys were not nice.
No, we got into it. We were getting into it with Harlem back in the day.
Oh yeah, I remember that year.
Yeah, that was a crazy game. But how did that work so quick for you? Because with you having that success immediately coming in, just going against really good competition and good athletes that were 2-3 years older than you at that time, how was that transition so quick? Was it just you on your own, or was it help with the coaches, or kind of a mix there? Just kind of talk about that, because you didn't really have a learning curve when you came to high school football.
Yeah. I don't want to I don't know how to say this without sounding like a.
Let it out, man. We want to hear all the stuff. Let it out. Be cocky.
It wasn't it wasn't really like a trend, like too big of a trend. Like obviously the game got faster, but that was the only difference. Because when I was younger, I always played up. Like I was always playing 2 to 3 years older than me, and that was for a reason. Because I didn't know, but I was hoping eventually when my freshman year rolled around, I would have a chance to play varsity. So that's why my parents did that when I was younger. They would always have me play 2 to 3 years older.
It's a good way to go about it. Definitely. I mean, That definitely would help. I mean, you'd see the
Takes a
game.
learning. It just
Yeah,
takes a
like
learning curve out of it.
definitely took my beatings doing that, but
Oh, I believe it. I
it was
believe it, especially
it's worth it because it was like when I got to high school, it was like the same thing, except I was that young kid again, and I had to figure it out like really fast.
sure. Let's switch it up a little bit here. Have a little bit of fun. Um, what's a fun fact about yourself? I know you said you're a quiet guy, but there's got to be James Cooper's got to have a talent off the field too. What's something that you're good at? Something that you like doing? Uh, Let us know.
Um, I really like to golf. Pretty good at golf, I'd say. I fish a lot, especially when I'm back home. I'm out of college because I haven't found any fishing spots out here yet. But um, I like to do like what's that sport called? Table tennis, ping pong.
Table tennis. Okay.
I'm like I play that like so much. Like
That's your game.
So you're
That's your
good.
game.
So you're legit at it, or what?
yeah, we could play.
He's locked in. That's the competitive nature in him right there. Saying
we
can play. We can play.
I can't help it.
We could go out on the golf course and play.
I got the clubs in the trunk right now.
He's locked in, ready to go.
So tight because I'll take a lot of people on a golf course.
Hey, that's kind of funny actually, right there. You say, all right, let's go right now. We can play right now. Where do you think you got your competitive edge from? Like, is that something you think came from your parents, or like you just love sports so much that you have that mental ability to be like, all right, let's go. I'm ready to go. Like, how did that kind of come about within your mentality?
I feel like for someone to have like that switch, like you have to develop that as like at like a young age, like or whatever. So like obviously like some people they might be able to figure it out later on in life or whatever, but most people like they figure it out at a young age and like they stick to that for the rest of their life.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's kind of the way I am. I have many siblings. I mean, I know they're all girls, but I still have like many of them. So anything we did, it was always a competition because there was a lot of us.
How many sisters do you have?
All right, we're gonna start at the oldest. All right.
All right.
We got Amanda, Ashley, Devana, Jada, Jasmine, and Jordan.
No guys.
I had to break out the second hand there.
Man, so tell us about that. What was that like growing up in a household with that many sisters and no other guy in the house to kind of be that guy who's going to run Madden with you, be that guy who's going to play some 2K, shoot some hoops in the driveway?
The funny thing about you saying that is I literally, until the pandemic hit, I never owned a gaming system.
Okay.
I've never played video games before until my senior year.
Hey, that's good, especially with today's youth. We all want to play video games, so that's.
Yeah.
I didn't get my first PS4 for a graduation gift when I graduated high school. That was my first gaming system.
Yeah, I think I got an Xbox right when I was around like 10 years old.
Me and James are in the minority here, man. There's not very many people like us in the world.
No, there isn't. I mean, there's a lot of people playing video games. That's kind of funny. If you didn't have video games, then what'd you do? What'd you do with the house full of sisters? You guys, I mean, I don't even know where to begin because I don't have sisters. I got two brothers.
Me neither.
So, what was that like?
I mean, we had, I don't know how many exactly at the time, but we had dogs all the time. So like, we always had dogs, and like we would like, I would say when we were younger, at first we would like just be in the pool with them. Like that's what we did when we were younger. And then when we started growing up, my closest sister, she's 19, about to be 20. She played football with me when she was younger as well. Like she played tackle and everything.
Okay.
So like me and her were like very like we would go at it because she was like another version of me, but she was like older, so she thought she like and so yeah, that's where like that was the most like you know how you have brothers and they have like brotherly love or whatever, and like you're arguing, you're that was mostly with Jada. That was mostly her.
Okay.
But everybody else, it was just they're girls. They do what they do. They argue. Everybody argues.
I don't even want to know what that would be like if someone came at you during a game. If someone came after you at a game, I mean, you'd have all these sisters in your corner coming, screaming, yelling at these people because they're coming after you.
You should hear them. It's so funny.
Oh, I believe it. You got a large support system right there.
It's so funny.
I believe it.
All right, so James, you're a freshman right now, currently at Iowa Western. Kind of break down the recruiting process. Obviously, with insane high school stats, I know Bryce wants to get into for a later question, but that brings a lot of recruiting, a lot of noise. To kind of bring us into that, how that went over your senior year and your ultimate decision on choosing one of the Midwest powerhouses, if not a top JUCO powerhouse. For what are you guys, top 3 right now? Or are you guys, I think we're at
3 right now.
Was it at 3? I saw that just recently, but I mean, you guys are national powerhouse year in, year out for JUCO football. Kind of just give us that rundown of that whole process.
Do you want like the whole recruiting process?
Just whatever your version is. Kind of however you want to do this.
Or do you just want why I chose Iowa Western?
Give it all. Let's hear about it all.
So, I would probably say 7th grade maybe. I took my first ever visit. I forget exactly where I was at. It was either Cincinnati or Michigan State, one of those two. I had fun, good time, but obviously I was young. I didn't exactly know what was going on because I was there with a bunch of like high school guys that were getting recruited by them, and I was just there because I was part of the team at the time because I was playing up with high schoolers. And then after that, started playing high school football, started getting recruited. Had a lot of D1 schools, D2 schools, D3 schools, NAIA schools, JUCO schools, pretty much all of them contact me at some point. And then they were all, I wouldn't say every school, obviously, but schools in all of those categories were interested. And then everything's going good, talking to everybody. They're waiting to see my big senior season, and then COVID, and no season. And then all the seniors at their school get an extra year, so they have no more scholarship money. And then they want me to walk on, and I don't have money to walk on. It's not something I want to do. It's not worth going $40,000 in debt.
I feel you on that.
It's not worth it to me. Like, I love football, but that's something I told myself I'd never do. It's not worth it.
College is a lot of money. And I don't really blame you. I mean, it's
like
tough.
JUCO was the perfect fit.
So so why Iowa Western? Now that you kind of COVID hit, all that crap happened.
So originally I was going to go to Ellsworth Community College. Honestly, I guess I can put that out there now since I'm here. But I wanted to go there because at first I didn't know anything. Like, I knew about Iowa Western, but they never contacted me or anything.
Mm-hmm.
And then I saw one day the head coach followed me, which he's the quarterback coach here. So I messaged him, followed him back, whatever. And then he invited me for a visit. Came for a visit. My family and I liked it. He explained everything, how everything would go here. I thought it would be a good fit because he, like, I wouldn't say like changes his offense every year, but like he makes sure it's around the quarterback that's in. Like, he like makes sure it fits you, and like you will succeed in the offense that we're running.
The system fits the player. The player doesn't have to fit the system.
Exactly. I know they're good. I want to win a national championship.
So what are the goals after Iowa Western? After your 2 years at Iowa Western, what are you looking forward to most? I mean, obviously, I'm going to guess you want to continue playing this game and take it as far as you can. So, what's the outlook on these next 2 years, and what are your goals?
So this year I'm redshirting.
Okay.
So I'm taking a year to gain my weight and get bigger, faster, stronger, learn offense, whatnot. And then next year, my goal is to start and play and get offers while playing throughout the season. And then hopefully by the end of the season, be able to decide somewhere. And hopefully it's a D1 school because that's where I want to go. And I wouldn't say I don't want to go to like an FCS school, like a small D1 school.
Mm-hmm.
But like I'd rather go to like a Power 5 school or like something like a big D1 school, you know.
I mean, I don't blame you, man. You got big goals. It's good to hear about it. Like, I mean, if you want something, I mean, you could tell you're gonna go and get it. Like, it seems like that's what you've always been your whole life so far, learning about you. Seems like if you want it, you're gonna go get it.
Yeah.
And now's the time, Gannon. I'm gonna list off these stats because in high school.
Let me ask him one follow up to what he said real quick.
Go ahead.
Before we switch topics. Kind of give we haven't really talked about this with any athletes, with guys currently in college and all this. Explain to people out here, listeners, and why is a redshirt year so important, what it can do for you physically and mentally, just getting adapted to the college game, because it's huge. Like, I know I redshirted my freshman year playing baseball here, to just be able to sit back and not have the pressure to be performing on the field, but just it takes a special individual to make sure that redshirt year is useful, because you got to get in the weight room, you got to get your nutrition. Just kind of talk on that, because I know it's a big part of college sports that people don't talk about.
Yeah. So part of me redshirting was okay. So this has to go back a little bit, I guess. My sophomore year, I weighed 225, big dude. I was nice, felt good. Junior year, I went like 185. Senior year, I got down all the way to 165. So when I got here to college, I was at 165, and I'm like, that's not okay. Like I'm gonna die. Like these dudes are huge. Like,
yeah.
And so that was like, I would say my weight was the main reason. And it's like, I would say it's really important because I came here, like I said, I came here at 165. I'm already at 183. So I don't know exactly how much weight that is, but it's a good amount. It's almost 20 pounds.
What do you want to get to? Where do you want to stop at?
I would say I want to get to like, I want to be like, this is hard. I don't know. Like I want to get up to like 205.
205.
And then by the time the season rolls around, I want to be playing at like 195.
Okay.
Yeah. Like I want to get that heavy and like muscle or whatever, and like some like meat or like
yeah, you'll tone it up through the season.
And then like lose like the extra meaty stuff for no reason.
For sure.
And play that.
Okay.
All right, Bryce, I think you got to cap this one off with this question.
All right, let's list off these stats here. Here we go. So, like I was saying, you took advantage of your high school career. You went out and balled. You played up all the time, and you took advantage of that, man. And so, let's list off some stats here. When I first got these numbers from you, I'm sitting there, I'm looking at the screen, and I'm like, wow, that's crazy. But yeah, so career passing yards, 6,505, 74 passing touchdowns, 16 rushing touchdowns, so 90 total touchdowns, and they're all Nick 10 records. Every single one of them, they're all Nick 10 records. And
not even 4 full years with this shortened senior year.
Shortened season, yeah. That's mind-boggling, and that makes you sit back and, yeah. It makes you sit back and, go ahead.
6 games. Only got 6 games.
Exactly.
Senior year.
Yeah,
I wanted to finish with like 120 touchdowns.
I don't blame you. You're looking forward to what you could have done, but I mean, dude, you still had a special career, man. At the end of the day, your senior year, you led the state in passing yards and passing touchdowns. averaged 300 yards and 5 touchdowns your senior season. 3-time All-State, 2-time All-Conference, 1-time Conference MVP, Rock River Valley Male Athlete of the Year, and also when I was looking you up and doing some other research, I saw that you got named was the Chicago Bears Player of the Week as well. I saw that one on there, so I wanted to throw that in there. That's pretty awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah, it speaks for itself. Is my audio cracking up?
No,
Oh, you sound
that was
fine.
I think that was just my voice that maybe just cracked a little bit.
Oh no, you're good. But yeah, those are crazy to me. So I want you to get a little cocky, a little arrogant with this. Is James Cooper the best quarterback that has ever stepped onto an A15 football field and left the A15 to go off and do bigger things? Be honest with me. What's going on inside your head when someone asks you that question?
Me personally, I want to say yes to anybody that asks me that. Obviously, to no disrespect to anybody else. But yeah, I
Just
don't
don't
know
lie.
how else to say. I don't like being like, but yeah, I guess. Now if you get me around my friends and we talk about it, I'll be more.
No,
I'll be like, don't even ask me. That's not even. I'll be like, that's not even a question. Like, what do you mean?
Exactly. No, that's definitely how we all are around our friends and stuff.
Like, yeah, I would say yeah. There's obviously there was other quarterbacks that were good as well. But there's one that I would say I don't want to start nothing. I love this dude. Very good. Dermot Croft. He's very good. He is the only one I would say that could compete, if I'm being honest.
Former Boylan legend. He was tough, man.
Yeah, he was.
I think
he was
he's
really
got
good.
you on the hooping
But
side.
he was the only.
I know he's got you on the hooping side.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's throwing dunks.
Hey, I don't know though. I had lockdown defense. I don't think he could.
Man, he was. That was crazy. Some of those. I remember him back in the day just throwing dunks.
No, I know. I remember watching him.
Competitive nature right there, man.
Who was the other guy that was on their team? The guy who played basketball, the white dude. What's his name?
Yeah, bro. I know exactly who you're talking about.
Oh, he was a stud whiteout, bro. And then he went and played basketball at UW Milwaukee. But I'm just rambling. But that's just a little Nick 10 history for the old heads out here.
But according to stats, to end that question, I'd say, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
That's the only thing. Yeah, when people ask, like I said, I don't like saying yeah, but like I'll just like you can look at the stats if you want to.
Just give us your overall review of how your experience was on the show.
It was good. I've never done this before. Besides, I've done like over the phone ones, but never like a Zoom or like, I guess if we were able to be with each other like an in-person one. But compared to the ones I've seen, obviously I've watched podcasts before. It was really good. You guys asked really good questions. You got my memory jogging a little bit, and I like that because it made me think about some things I haven't thought about in a long time. You guys are cool people, especially finding out he's in the student section now sophomore year. That was yeah. Now you're just making me think about it. And I'm just like, but yeah, it was good. I had a good time. I appreciate you guys having me.
Appreciate it, man.
You guys did good. You guys are good at what you do.
I appreciate it, man. It means a lot. I appreciate you taking the time out of your night to come on here. I wish you the best personally. I wish you the best the rest of your career. Good luck at Iowa Western. And I'm looking forward to seeing you at a Power 5 school. I know you can do it. I know you can make it to the league. We're here in your corner. If you ever want to hop back on here, you're more than welcome to. So I appreciate you, man. You take care. Gannon, you got anything else you want to say?
Yeah, man,
Uh,
it's always awesome. It's always a blast having Nick 10 guys, former Nick 10 stars, and it's just it's good to promote our area. We're all A15 people at the end of the day, and I think that's the crucial thing that comes out of this. Is there's no matter who we played, like we talked about stuff back in the day from 4 years ago, but at the end of the day, it's fun seeing you at a very good junior college that's going to get you on the right path to play at a high Division 1 school in the next couple of years, and that's going to be fun to see. And glad to establish a relationship with you, man. You got a good head on your shoulders, and I know you're going to utilize this redshirt year and sometime when we're all back in the A15, we'll have to link up and meet in person and just go over some stuff. It was cool talking to you, man. You got good perspective, and I really liked it.
like, um, all right. So now I can thank you guys. Thank you guys for having me. I appreciate you giving me a good time, jogging my memory, everything. Just being good people. And now I have 2 new friends that I wouldn't have had if I wouldn't have did this. Now I have 2 more people that I can count on, like I said before. It just means a lot more than people think because I guess I'm such a quiet guy unless people don't know me. I appreciate everybody and a lot more than especially this. It just means a lot.
Yeah, no problem, man. We appreciate it. We appreciate you, like you both said. Good luck. Uh, Excited for you guys to hear this one. Check out episode 56 coming next week. But until then, grind spike the subscribe button for us.